Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Fallen, and welcome back to another video. And today I want to give you a list of 5 things I have learned about selling on Mercari for the past few months. Now, if you've been following the channel for quite some time, you might remember some of our old videos about the 5 things that we love about selling on Mercari, 5 things that we hate about selling on Mercari. And this is a combined list of what we have learned about selling on Mercari for about 2.5 close to 3 months now. Now, to give you a background, I have been in e-commerce and selling business for over 5 years now. I have sold in places like Amazon, eBay, Bonanza, all sorts of weird online marketplaces as well. I've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product, but I decided to give mobile-driven platforms a shot, and this is kind of what my experience with Mercari has been up to this point. Now, the first thing I have learned about Mercari is that everybody has close to a perfect rating. Mercari implements 0 to 5-star rating system. That's how they are basing your interactions between buyers and sellers. It's all combined into one profile, similar to how it's done on eBay. But eBay does not do it by stars. They do by it by percentage. Now, that percentage is very accurate and statistically driven number, and it also is based on 12-month increment. Versus Mercari, it seems that it's an overall rating system. Now, while we've been selling on Mercari for the past 3 months, we have, of course, have a 5-star rating system. And we do have a 1 3-star review, 1 4-star review. It was caused by everything that has been happening in the world for the past few months. So, of course, things like that could happen. And the rest are 5-star ratings. So, even though that we do not have a perfect rating altogether, it's not all 5-star ratings, we are still considered to be a perfect seller by Mercari standards. Now, I have found a few profiles that have 4-star ratings. I haven't seen anybody have a 3-star. And I'll read some of their reviews of their profiles. And it's something that has to do with either the product not being delivered, or them being sent an empty box, or the product being not described as it was. And of course, the customers or the buyers might be upset by that transaction, hence leaving a negative review. But it's very hard to come across a bad star or a 4-star rating across all buyers that we had. I don't believe any of our customers have been a 4-star customer. I think Mercari focuses on doing that because they're trying to drive a lot of sales, and they want to kind of give the best possible reputation of buyers and sellers. And if you think that, everybody's a 5-star seller pretty much, or a 5-star buyer, it leaves them no concern, versus a platform like eBay, that if you see that they have a pretty negative feedback, or let's say they have only like 80% positive feedback, you might be weary about buying from an individual or a company that has such feedback. But Mercari tries to avoid that by making everybody seem good and perfect. Now, the second thing I have learned about selling in Mercari is that everybody wants a bargain. So if you decide to sell on Mercari, I recommend you price your items as high as you possibly think makes sense, that you're hoping that the top dollar that you think you can get for your sale. Now, of course, possibly individuals will still buy it at that price, but Mercari has a promotion aspect of their selling platform, which I'll get to in the next point, which decreases the price of your listing by 5% every 24 hours. So think about that. If something doesn't sell immediately and you start dropping the price every 24 hours by 5%, how cheap would you actually sell that item for? And in addition, even if you believe that you are a pretty cheap seller for a particular item, oftentimes buyers will message you and asking you for what kind of a deal can you do, or if it's truly the bottom price, or if the price is locked in. Now, on platforms like eBay, you of course can submit an offer for an item, and I have sold on eBay for many, many years, and I have never seen the amount of kind of offers or deals people are trying to cut when dealing with Mercari. Now, Mercari is very much peer-to-peer driven. There's not a lot of companies and brands actually having their listings on there. So I feel like it creates that atmosphere of that you're dealing with an individual and you think another individual might cut you a deal. That's why you might reach out to them. But keep in mind, so even after you do promotions, after you decrease the price, someone might send you an offer to buy your item or whatever you might be selling, but it might be even lower than your current bottom price. So you need to put that into effect. So after everything drops, someone might reach out and try to drop it some more. Now you might not be interested in dropping your price, but your items might be sitting there for a while, which will tie into another future point that I'm going to talk about. Now, the third point is how amazing their promotion aspect is. Now, the promotion has to do with them promoting your listings. Now, you can keep track of how many people have viewed your listings and how many people have favorited your listings or liked your listing. And as I mentioned before, that every 24 hours you can promote your item. So what happens when you click that promote item aspect of your listing is that your price does drop by 5%, but it also gives you an option to send out a notification to all the people who have either viewed your listing or only the people who liked your listing. So it kind of pushes them, sends an email, sends a push notification to their mobile device saying that the price for an item you have previously looked at has dropped. So they're trying to drive as many sales as possible. Now, platforms like eBay and Amazon have these tools, and sometimes there are much higher fee associated with using such tools. Sometimes you have to integrate third-party software. Sometimes they have a large fee on top of a listing fee. It becomes very expensive. But as part of a Mercari selling platform, it's just something that is integrated inside of their software. And actually, Mercari is losing money on it when you click that promote button, because then Mercari is getting 5% less in a way technically on what they would be making on the deal otherwise. I talked to you guys before that Mercari has a 10% flat fee associated with all the sales across all the categories compared to other selling platforms. So in a way, they promote your item, but they're technically losing money in the end versus charging a seller to do that. So, which is, I think, is a great feature, because Mercari has a lot of traffic as it is. But if you add that email blast, that push notification that goes out to people, I think it's a great traffic source. And of course, it pushes your listing higher up in the search results. And I've done sales just based on those notifications. Now, if you guys want me to make a separate video on additional hacks or tips and tricks that I have learned on Mercari, leave a like or a comment section letting me know that you guys want me to make additional videos on Mercari and some of the best ways in selling it on it, or what you should not sell on it. Let me know. Or overall, just click that bell and subscribe button. Let us know that you guys like these videos. Let us know that you guys care to some extent. Now, on the fourth side is a little bit of a negative, because I talked about the three great things, or in a way, one of them being a little bit mixed about the whole pricing and the bargaining aspect of it. Now, the fourth thing is that some categories just don't move as much as others. Now, as you guys know from my previous videos, I have been selling tech, electronics, computers, camera equipment, mostly most of my professional selling career. It's those categories I understand very well. I understand that what moves, what doesn't. I understand what is a good brand versus a cheap brand when it comes down to selling online. But we also have come across great deals for reselling and retail arbitrage in clothing and accessories and jewelry. And we try to resell those on Mercari with very little success. Now, it doesn't mean that the items that we have been selling are very cheap made. Some of them have been brand established items. We sold Gucci, we sold a few Prada things, we sold some Armani items. And sometimes those items sit for weeks. Now, this is one of the reasons why I've never liked being outside of electronics or tech sector. The main reason for that, usually you require a big brick and mortar store or a lot of inventory to maintain it. And the main reason for that is that, let's say you find or you're trying to resell a shirt. Now, in clothing business or accessory business, there's millions and millions of different patterns, designs, sizes, cuts, fits. So it's a very niche driven business. Now, this is why a lot of like places like Brooks Brothers don't sell things like iPads, because they already have a very big overhead associated with it. This is why they're focusing on having as many styles and sizes and fits for each particular item. So no matter who visits their store can find something pretty much they would like and they would like to buy. But if you're overall having a wide assortment of things you're selling, you cannot really do a big inventory of clothing or different sizes, etc. It's going to eat a lot into your budgets. It's going to eat a lot into your profit margins. And overall, it might make you lose money in the end. So this is one of the reasons why I hate selling clothing and accessories. It's just because humans are made in all sizes, shapes, colors, preferences, versus, let's say you're selling a video game, and even a particular video game has usually 3 or 4 iterations, PC, Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. And that's probably usually the largest list. If you're selling a DVD or a Blu-ray, that's 2 versions. If you're selling a disc, of course, that's usually a 1 version. So your inventory and your SKU numbers usually drop in situations like this. But this is why some categories are doing better than others. And you can actually see what's the most popular items that are selling in Mercari. Nintendo has been blowing up on Mercari during the lockdown for obvious reasons, because a lot of people are bored, people are trying to kill their time and during the quarantine and lockdown, so this is why they want to play a video game. Now, the final thing that I want to leave in my final experience so far has been with selling with Mercari, is that it's very hard to measure your competition. On platforms like Amazon and eBay, it's really easy to see other sellers, what they're selling, what's their pricing, how close are they to you. Now with Mercari, it is possible, but it's a lot more difficult. Now, once again, because Mercari is driven by peer-to-peer, it's not very company-driven. It's not really meant to have very in-depth analysis tools. Of course, you can search for a particular item. You can try to narrow it down by new, used, well-used, or for parts only kind of categories. You can see if it's being sold right now or has previously been sold. But you cannot do very depth analysis of your competition and how they're pricing compared to you. Or let's say that the overall item has risen 5%, so you can be notified that you might need to reprice your items. So I gave you guys a bit of a list of my experience selling with Mercari. Some of them have been amazing things. Some of them have been so-so. Some of them have been negative, especially the last 2. I think that the whole bargaining thing can be seen as a good and a bad thing. If you're really trying to get rid of your item, you can create a bargain. I think their marketing aspect of things is an amazing tool. I think that how they're trying to boost sellers is also a great thing. Now, on the other spectrum of things, how some categories don't do well, and then their analysis tools are also not the best. Now, quickly, I just want to say that yes, you can still sell clothes on Mercari. I've seen people sell designer brands. I've seen people sell anything from tights to suits to undergarments on Mercari that are still creating sales. But if you're trying to sell a Nintendo Switch, that is going to fly off the shelves like hotcakes. Or anything I feel like tech and electronics driven are doing much better. But that is today's video, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your experiences have been like selling on Mercari, if you guys have any. Are they the same? Are they different? Now, I would love to hear your own lists of the things that you like or you don't like about selling on Mercari, and how do you feel like it's comparing to other online selling platforms. I just want to say that starting next week, we're changing to 5 videos a week series. So Monday through Friday, it's going to be videos. The main reason is that you guys are showing so much love and support for this channel, on top of my blogging channel. But you guys are amazing. You guys truly enjoying the content. That's why I'm trying to kind of build it out as much as I can. Hopefully, you guys will not just see me on this channel. Hopefully, there's going to be more interviews, coverages, events when the world goes back to normal. I cannot tell you when that is because right now we're still in the middle of the craziness. But thank you very much, guys. All the social links are in the description of the video, along with all the channels that within the network. I'm working on launching a couple other cool projects that I've been thinking about for the past few days. I would love to hear your feedback on them. If it's something that kicks off, I'm going to keep doing it. If it's not something that's working, I might put it a bit of a back burner and come back at it at a future time. But the more content I'm coming out with, it pushes me creatively. It allows me to communicate with you guys, and that's the best part of it, is seeing that people from all over the world are watching our videos and enjoying them. Anyways, enough rambling, guys. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you next time.